welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here again. So I just put out a post with the new addition to our family's picture, and I'm working on a video that I put together a long time ago and just never got around to recording it for you, so I'm going to do that today. And I'm really excited about this one. I talked to my Oma. This is basically how she and her family and people that she knew survived in the World War II. And there's 15 different tips that she gave me, and it took a while to get them all out. But there are more, but I'm going to keep this video short. So grab yourself a tea or coffee, water, juice, whatever. I'm having what I call a peppermint latte, which is just peppermint tea with milk and honey. And it's super delicious. So let's get started. The first tip, and I'm looking at my phone here, is that kids helped. They, at a very young age, were doing household chores. They were gathering food, cleaning clothes, helping cook, helping do dishes, doing a lot of things, a lot more than children nowadays do, and they did it. They were able to do it. I think now we think that our kids are too young to do a lot of things, when in reality they can start helping do things as soon as they can, put things in buckets. They can pick up their toys, they can put their clothes away. Maybe it's not, exactly how you would or I would do it, but they can help, even just wiping things up, cleaning, sweeping with a handheld sweeper. They can play and wash plastic dishes. Anyways, there's lots of things that they can do now, and they did a lot back then because the whole family needed it. And they also, my Oma went outside of the home and got paid for, I guess, being a nanny to other kids. They could only take what they could carry and layered as much as they could wear when they had to leave. This is not so much of a tip as something that happened. Basically, they were kicked out of their home and they had to leave, and all they could bring with them was what they were wearing and what they could carry. So they put on as many clothes as they could possibly wear. So like they would be wearing like 5 pairs of pants and 5 as shirts and sweaters and underwears and socks, and just layered up because it was easier to wear them, and they could carry other things then. So I mean, it's a scary thought for us to ever even imagine being kicked out of your home in a moment's notice with no notice, but that is what happened. And I guess in a way now, if you had to think about it, if there was something that was to happen and you had to grab just a handful of things and you had to leave your home for whatever reason, it's a good exercise to do in your head. What would you take? What are the 5 most important things that you would go for? And just be prepared, have a plan. They had food stamps, and they had to make things last. There was no, oh, I'm out of this, so I'm going to go to the store and go pick it up. They got their food stamps, they got their rations, and that is all they got for that week or month even. And in order to make things last, they foraged for food. Berries, roots, mushrooms, edible weeds for salad. They had a licorice root that my Oma told me about that the kids really loved eating. It was a treat to find licorice root. They only had meat once a week if they were lucky, and that was normally saved for Sunday dinners. They reused threads, buttons, and other fabrics from clothes to make other clothes, socks, slippers, blankets, and if it was really worn out, rags, baby clothes, anything, nothing went in the trash. Anything they needed, they made themselves or they made do without. Gifts were all handmade for Christmas, for birthdays, etc. Everything was fixed and repaired and not replaced. I know that isn't as easy to do today, since a lot of those kinds of fix-it shops are no longer in business. For entertainment, they sang songs together, they played games like charades, they told stories and read books out loud. They spent time just being with each other. But mostly, they did things to keep them busy, like sewing, knitting, fixing things, making things that they could sell or trade, cleaning their homes, stuff like that. Just activities that kept them busy and their mind off things. And they worked together. They helped each other out, the neighbors and, the different generations of family. They all lived together. Children went to stay with farmers because it was safer and they had more food available than the cities. So basically, all the city children had to leave their mothers and fathers, their families, and go stay in the farms because the bombs were mostly dropped in the cities and they didn't want their kids to die. They wanted them to be safe, so they left home. They did not use electric lights at nighttime and very rarely used any kind of light when they went to sleep early, and that was because if the enemies in their airplanes could see lights, that's where they would drop the bombs. So, I mean, they did it for a different reason, but now if you go to bed earlier and you don't use as much electricity, it will save you a lot of money. Those are all the tips or things that I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am so happy to be back, and I know it's taken me a long time to respond to comments. I'm still trying to figure out this new app called YouTube Studio on my phone, and it's letting me, I just downloaded it, so it's going to be way easier for me to respond to all of your comments, but I am loving reading them, just the ones that I have read, and I promise I will respond to them all. Like I said, I'm still getting into some kind of routine where I can go on the computer and respond to things and make videos and learning how to live with a baby again. And thank you for all your suggestions for new videos. I will be doing those very soon. And as always, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you all have a frugabulous day and weekend. Bye!